Hey guys, it's me BK again, and I know it's been a while, but recently another situation has happened for sexual harassment with a so-called friend, and I just had to end the friendship. I didn't tell them that face to face, but I they just never stopped, and I just got very uncomfortable with them, so I just told um like a peer advocate supervisor, and he told me to email the housing manager and one of the case managers, no, life skills people, and they had to talk with the housing manager and a Zoom file. We had social distancing, and the life skills guy was on webcam, Zoom, whatever it is, and I was telling him about the situation, and it's like I just couldn't stand it anymore. I felt bad. I still feel bad because he is a nice guy and he's supposedly a freaking uh, LGBT advocate and stuff. And I'm like, why isn't he listening to me? The situation that was happening was, um, I told him months ago that my brother would. This was way before the COVID thing happened, and I think he's been doing it ever since then. And I told him like my brother when he was like at the time, but we stopped for like a few months. We still don't do it, but I can expect we might do it again. But me and my brother, he would pretend he would just like mess with my stomach and say, "Oh, you're fat. Oh, you having triplets and shit." But if it's your relative, you plus it's my brother. We were just kidding around. I didn't find offensive to it from my brother, and he's overweight too right now too. So if I do the same thing, he'll just say, "Shut up." But we don't do it anymore. But that friend, ex-friend, kept doing it. He did it like a few times, maybe five, and I said, "Please stop doing that." And he said, "Oh, you're uncomfortable?" I said, "Yes." Then he stopped for a few days. Then he kept doing it. Every once in a while, I keep telling him to stop. Kept doing it. Keep telling him, like, "Look, this makes me uncomfortable. Please stop." Kept doing it. Told him nicely, "Stop." Every single time his hand comes near my stomach, I would move it away, say, "Stop." It went on for months. I'm telling you, it went on for months. Maybe 3 to 4 months. I don't think it was two. I think it was more than two. And he just kept doing it. And then it became a daily thing. And then eventually I didn't even like seeing him or talking to him or letting him touch me at all. I feel so uncomfortable. I just can't. And no matter, and like the last straw was last month, and I told him when he was about to do it, I said, "Stop, goddamn." And that's when I went to the bathroom. And then when he was away, I told one of the peer advocates, and they're like, "He's not stopping." I'm like, "Yeah, he just keeps going," and I was just annoyed, and I am just mad at myself because I gave him a second chance. Because I don't know if I told you guys, but maybe 2 years ago, he was in my room, and I was comfortable with him at the time. And even during that other situation, he was coming in my room too. He doesn't come anymore because we're no longer friends. But he was in my room, and every single time he was in here, he would kid around and like hug me while my back is way too far away from the wall, and I could break my fucking back. And he's like, "Oh no, you'll be fine." No, I won't, motherfucker. Stop. I could fall. And then one time he was in there hugging me. Then he pretended like he was having sex with me, and I'm like, this is so uncomfortable. And then I waited a few weeks and told somebody, and they told him to stop, which he did. And then I made him become friend. I made slowly became friends again after a couple of weeks. But I'm like, I can't deal with it anymore, and I just have to end it. I feel like that situation with him, the both situations, the whole situation with him, just is like my karma, because when I was 14, I was sexually assaulted when I was on the bus. Nothing really happened, but the guy was maybe Hispanic. He looked Hispanic, and I was 14, and I told him I was 13. I thought this would deter him, but he touched my leg and touched my. Luckily, I was wearing jeans, and he was messing with the seam, which was right in between, my area, and he was playing with it. I'm like, dude, there's fucking nothing there. And I was so uncomfortable that I just got off the bus early because I did not want to deal with that guy anymore. I never told anybody really, so that was my first incident, and I feel like, and at that time I thought it was my dad's idea to do it because the day before, I didn't even know what sexual harassment was when I was 14. And it was like the day before I was at my dad's house, and I was in middle school. I was there, and he said, "Oh, have you ever been molested?" I'm like, "What the?" I just said no. I didn't even know what the word meant, but I knew that wasn't it. And then the next day, it happened, and I know it was just a coincidence, but I just assumed it was my dad's idea, and I didn't tell anybody. I really did not tell anybody. And not even friends, not my online friends, which I didn't really have. I don't think I had online friends yet. Did I? Probably did. Probably lost them. Anyway, yeah. And another time I was sexually assaulted was much later in high school, I think. Yeah, in high school. And at that time, I even said it on my I made a little picture comic about it, but it was very uncomfortable for me too. I was like 16 or 15. I don't remember. It was summer, I think. Was it? Wait. I think it was summer. I think I was 16, yeah. And like I was waiting after school doing whatever, and this guy came up to me and started touching me on my leg. It made me so uncomfortable. I hated it. I really fucking hated it. And he started touching my area, which luckily I was wearing pants, since I just started wearing pants that whole time I was there. And I just eventually got so tired of it. I gotta go. I just got up and left. And I just ran out. I just ran. I fucking ran. After I got off the lunch area, I just fucking ran. And some of my classmates started saying my name, and I'm like, fuck it, I don't even care. I'm just going. And when I looked back after I was running away, he was standing there right outside the lunch area. I'm like, oh my fucking god. Then I felt sorry for him, but I'm like, no, fuck that guy. No, I'm not doing this shit because this random ass dude showed interest. No. And then another time I was sexually assaulted was when I was about 17, or when I just turned 17, I think. And I was in I just came from the bathroom or wherever, and I was going to class. I think I was coming from the bathroom because I didn't have a backpack with me. I was going back to class, and this girl probably thought I was a dude because I was dressing mostly like one, and she came, and well, I was on my cycle at that time, and she touched me there. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't say anything because I was uncomfortable, and I was like, at that time, I'm like, if I look like a dude, this is good. But if she finds out I'm female, she's gonna know I'm female, but I want to be looked at as a dude, and then I don't want to be known that some young freshman, she like a freshman to me, is touching up on some older kid, and then if I beat her ass, then I'm gonna get in trouble, and then like. I don't know. I just didn't want to deal with that information, that whole thing going on in my head. So I let it go. I didn't tell anybody about that one either, or that other one. And I didn't tell my brother about the guy until I was like out of high school. But I didn't tell him the whole story. I just told him, I said, what would you do if some girl just got up and ran away from you or whatever? He's like, oh, that's sad. That's sad. And I said, what if he was touching up on you? Like, oh no. I didn't tell him it happened to me, but I just asked him a question. Anyway, and then I was fine for a while until I was like I think when I was still a junior, because I was just figuring out that I wanted to be male, but I wasn't sure how to go about it. And I remember there was this guy who was younger than me by a year, and I feel very guilty now. But I just probably 10 or so times, kept touching his chest. It was a stupid ass reason. I was just jealous, and I thought if I touched his chest that I'd feel flat chested. Eventually, I stopped. Probably when I left, but I eventually stopped. I think I did. I'm not sure. And then I became his friend on Facebook a while later, after high school, like 2 years later. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to. And then besides making my new Facebook, I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to be friends with him because I feel terrible. I don't want him to go through that pain again. I don't trust myself anymore. And I'm like, I'm just a terrible person. But the reason why I did all that stuff was, the reason why is that I think it's my karma for doing that to him, which is why that situation with my ex-friend that happened twice. And then when I was 23 or 27, 27, and this guy who used to be a member here he licked my ear, and I'm like, ugh. I just hate myself. And I just wish my parents had actually taught me something about sexual harassment, because they did not. And I'm serious, they told me nothing. My mom told me nothing. My dad told me nothing. Of course not, my dad didn't tell me shit. My brother told me nothing. The freaking friends didn't say anything. Nobody told me about sexual harassment or stuff like that. That's why I feel terrible about what I did to that kid in high school. I didn't go much further than touching his chest, but I still felt like this was wrong, but I kept doing it, and I don't know why. Sorry, I was just touching this bump. I just can't get rid of it. And I was like, and at that time I thought, like, the only boys that get sexually harassed are in middle school or in church choir, and that was pretty much it. Like at least 8 to 9 or something like that. But I don't think I even thought middle school was an age either. I just probably just thought choir in a church, because that's what's popular at the time. And I didn't think guys got sexually harassed. I think I did, but not really. But it was just more known that it was females, and the only ones that I hear about guys being molested is when they're in church, or the teachers, and when they're very young in middle school, like they just started, or when they were in elementary and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I didn't know anything. But another time I was physically assaulted was when I was I think I was 24. Yeah, about 23, 24, and 23 or 22. I think, I'm not sure when. I was walking about in downtown LA, and downtown LA, and I don't remember. The time went by really, really fast. I'm not even sure myself, but I was walking around, and I remember I met this guy. He stole my phone eventually, which was stupid because it's a cheap ass phone. And I thought he was trying to make me blow him off, like, what. I don't think he wanted it. He probably thought I was a dude, but there was no way he would have known that, because I had giant breasts at the time. So I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. I don't know if it even happened. I'm confused as fuck. Because I remember touching his penis, which I didn't like at all. And I was thinking about sucking him off for some fucking reason, because I thought it was supposed to be my job. I don't know what I was thinking, okay? And another time, this so-called friend who, when I was just started in Step Up on Second, my so-called friend tried to have sex with me when I was at his place when I was displaced at the moment. Pissed me off. I just decided to cut off. I tried to stay in contact with him, but then when I told him I was trans, and he said, "Oh, I'm not gay," I'm like, but aren't we friends? What does that have to do with anything? And I was like, you know what? This guy just wants to fuck me. I cannot be his friend anymore. So I just cut off all contact with him eventually. I did it the first time, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it. I just can't. I don't feel comfortable with him since he's trying to get with me, and he knows I'm trans. And it's like, that ain't gonna change. Like, I'm not gonna love you as a female if you know I'm trans. I'm not gonna change my mind. So I was like, fuck it. No, I just cut off all contact with him. And then when I was still at my boarding care, which was, I don't even know when that was anymore. My first boarding care, somebody, when I was blacked out, I don't even know if it was the morning or the night. I was walking and I saw this bus bench, and there was this homeless guy there. I sat next to him and he touched me down there. Disgusting. Eventually I got up and left. I don't know what the fuck I was wrong on my mind. I thought I deserved to be raped. Just like another time I was in the hospital, I thought I deserved to be raped in there for whatever reason. And when I first started my schizophrenic episodes, I thought I deserved to be raped or had something. I don't even know where I learned that from. I thought I needed to be raped or something. I thought I needed to be tied down and raped or something. Or I thought I raped children, which I didn't. I never had sex before in my life. I never sexually assaulted anyone besides that guy. And just touching his chest, that was pretty much it. But I didn't do anything else to him. That felt wrong, but I don't know why I kept touching his chest. I don't even know myself. I wanted to stop, but I kept thinking I could. I thought eventually I'd feel a flat chest on myself. It never happened. I feel so sorry for him that I did that to him. And I feel like all this stuff that happened to me is my karma. But I don't want to say this is an excuse, but I wish, but I wasn't taught anything about living life at all whatsoever. And I didn't know how to use the internet really all that much at the time. So I don't know anything. I don't know what to look up. I don't know anything. I just wish they told me something. Not just go with what is it? Make mistakes, do whatever the hell you just do whatever comes to your mind every freaking second, and then figure it out, because that's just not how life works. Well, it does, but wait, does it work that way? I don't think so. Anyway, I just and then my friend trying to, I don't know what's wrong with me, man. And thinking of this and doing that to that guy in high school, all these sexual things that going on with me, I just hate it. And I'm being more depressed. And I don't know what to do about it. I really wish I could have, if I didn't develop schizophrenia, I probably would have offed myself a long time ago. I just hate myself. I wish I never survived my freaking first, if it was my first seizure. My mom told me recently, maybe last month, that when I had my first seizure, but I can't be, I'm pretty sure she remembers that one, but I'm not sure about the rest, because whatever is wrong with her brain, I don't know if it's from beer or alcohol, cigarettes or whatever. But when she told me that when I was 8 months old, I had got my first seizure, and her sister called the office, but she was at lunch, and they were at a restaurant across the street, so they called the restaurant, and then when the restaurant called for her, she picked up the phone, and then her sister, I think it was her sister or it was the receptionist that called and told her what happened. Her mom just dropped the phone, ran out, almost getting hit by a bus. She stopped herself, but another colleague saw her run out and also helped stop her from running into a bus. She already stopped herself, but, well, whatever. She eventually went home. She went to her car and then went straight to the hospital. And then she told me she had to wait 8 hours for them to do a brain scan, and insurance didn't cover it for some reason, so they had to wait 8 hours. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, that would be scary as a parent. Your kid just had a freaking, pretty much a newborn baby, had a freaking seizure, and they don't want to do a brain scan on you because it's not on insurance. But this is a baby. You can't take any chances, and you gotta wait 8 hours. Who knows if I'm alive or dead? If they take much longer, I don't know how she did that. But anyway, I don't know. I still don't think my mom cares about me because of that time I asked her the Sophie's Choice question. But when I told her, even though she was drunk, people say me that she has no reason to say that. She said, I asked her, if you had to choose between me and my brother, who would you choose? She said my brother, and I'm like, oh, okay, and I left. I already knew the answer. She would choose my brother, but I asked anyway. I was still in high school. I just wanted to know, and I don't know. I really wish I did die when I was 8 months, or I wish I did die when I was 13 when I tried to kill myself. But it would have been a terrible way to die, though, which is rage spray in my room. If I knew how to off myself at the time, but I'm so stupid. I just wish I knew how, but I'm so scared now. I just can't stand it. My emotions are getting worse. I just feel more and more depressed as the day goes on. No matter what anyone says to me, even if I say thank you or whatever, I just still feel like I don't deserve anything. I'm just tired and sick and tired of living. All I want to do is just sleep and just not dream and just sleep. I don't know what's going on with me anymore. I just wish I was gone. But I don't think anyone would care. I feel like if they did care, they'd only, like I said, some other videos, that they probably only care for about 5 seconds or 10. And I'll be like, just do whatever the fuck you want after I'm dead, because I know nobody would listen to me, even if I wrote a will. They're just gonna do whatever the hell they want, so fuck it. I'm not gonna be around. Even if I was around, if there is an afterlife, which I think there is, they're not gonna listen. So, whatever. That's about it. I just wanted to vent a little bit. It was just supposed to be about my sexual assaults, but whatever. I don't know. Alright, thanks for listening. Peace out.